Hello, 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 hello. Hello,
Hello,
guys.
everyone.
Yep.
I know,
I'm
Miss
here with my
Molly.
co-host, Miss Henrietta, and we are so sorry for the delay.
I
It's
know.
on me. Miss Henrietta was ready, and I have some crazy stuff that we are sorry for the delay. Miss
That's
Henrietta, you
life.
are glowing, girl.
Thank you so much, Mama. I appreciate it. Today is a good day. It's you just sit and ask yourself, are you
Mm,
blessed? I'm just from church. I am absolutely blessed, and I know Miss Molly is, and I know our viewers and everybody that is alive today is blessed. So we're gonna go on with our show as usual. She's apologized. We're sorry, and we want to tell you something. This is a new day. This is a new beginning in the Mollie Show. It's an
mhm.
upgrade. You get it? It's an
Yep,
upgrade. So we want your support because we're here because of you all.
that's
Because if
right.
you all were not here, this show will not even exist. So we want to really thank you all. We appreciate you. From the bottom of our heart, we really do appreciate it. If you can look on the screen below, it says pregnancy hormone. Miss Molly, I know we are mothers. We mommy them all. So how you
Yeah.
see about this pregnancy hormone thing? What do
My
you think about it?
hmm, this pregnancy hormone thing, my dear. Hmm. Now big story, oh. This pregnancy hormone thing na big story, as in wetin I go talk. Today, this pregnancy hormones, I feel say a bit real, but the thing I want to talk about this conversation today, right? Is these pregnancy hormones, are they real?
Yeah,
Or some women, do they extra exaggerate it? You know, we have heard all kind of stories. Some people will cry, some people are craving, some people will be pregnant and anything, they are so sensitive, anything you say they will cry. Some people will be like, oh, I am craving of a burnt toast. Or mood swings here and there, random cravings. Tomorrow I want a cake, the next day I want a achu, the next day. But again, they are still all hormones, right? Yeah, like when we say pregnancy hormones, what do we mean? Pregnancy hormones, because this pregnancy hormones palava dey so Miss Henrietta, when you say pregnancy hormones, people dey take am for different level. Oh, people dey
exactly.
take am for different level. Is it really pregnancy hormones? So you be person wey you be like chop, now you dey obele, you dey ask chop chop chop, you say na pregnancy hormones, but na so you be dey see before you wan be pregnant. So Miss Henrietta, I'm bringing this question back to you. If this question goes to Miss Henrietta, this question goes to our viewers out there. Um, like us women, if you have been pregnant, not every woman has the opportunity to be pregnant. Nowadays, there are different ways based on your challenges on how to have a kid. But and we respect everybody for their view and and the route they decided to take. But you
You're
have
right.
been pregnant before. What is the widest thing your hormones made you do?
Thank you so much, Miss Molly. Pregnancy is, I won't say it's a gift. It's natural. It's what it's supposed to be. But like we say, everybody have it in their own form and shape. And whatever pleases you to have it that way, that makes you happy. It's a good thing, can be whatever means.
Mhm.
But presently, I want to talk about I'm a mom. The Molly Show is like we talk about everything. Then we talk about our lives and everything. And what I love about this show, and I've been in this show for so many years, is I try to talk about my life, what I experienced in my marriage, in my kids, in my career, everything. But at the same time, the Molly Show, if ever say something that you think you're offended about it, is not our intention. So what I'm gonna say belongs to me. It might pertain to you,
Yeah.
but I know it's going to help others. I have three kids, Miss Molly, and my first is 16, turning 16, and my last is 4. They're adorable. I will not trade them for nothing in this world. Yeah, viewers, I want to tell you all, love is something that you build in you. It's not something that you have to take from somewhere that you have to buy.
Right.
So I went through these pregnancies differently, very different. The first My first child, I had him in Cameroon, and the two others, I had them here. Different hormones. To be honest with you, when you have a boy child and a girl child, the hormones are different, Miss Molly. It's so different. It's like in life. If you have this job you cherish, another job is just driving you crazy. That's how
Right.
my hormones were. My son back home, you know how difficult it is back home. I love our viewers back home. I love our African community that are watching the Mollie Show. You all know how it is back home, the healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
Before we even go to that, I want everybody to know that when we're talking about pregnancy hormones, we're not going scientifically. We don't know
Yeah,
nothing about science when it comes to that. So don't take us accountable. We're just saying what we know we've experienced. So
that's
back
right.
home, I went through a lot. Like, and at the same time, hormones come sometime with age. It
Okay.
depends when you have your child. When you have a child young, your hormones are different than when you get old. Through like my premenopause, I almost had a premenopause with George. It's a different hormone.
Mm-hmm.
When you're youthful, you're relaxed. That's when I had my son. I was relaxed. I was ready to have that baby. I had a man. I had a job. I was ready to have that baby. So I had a relaxed hormone. I was calm.
Yeah.
Nothing is gonna make me angry. But I think the only thing that made me angry was during my third trimester. I was different to my husband. It wasn't an environment, no. I owe that. But my husband was. I don't think I wanted to see him at that moment. I didn't even want to feel him. We were in different separate places. I was in my father's house because by then I was not married in church. My father is a Catholic. I
Yeah.
love him dearly. With him, he's like, if you don't marry in church, you're not staying with that man. You married traditionally, you've married in court, you have a child with him, but I want to tell my daughter to marry in church. So I stayed in my dad's house. Can you all imagine what I was going through?
I can
I'm
only
here,
imagine.
he's not. He's enjoying his life. By then he was young, man. He was enjoying his life. And I was here carrying his baby. So my hormones were all over the place when it came to him. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, how on earth I'll be here and you can't even turn, you can't do nothing. I'm throwing up, but you're there enjoying your life. And then one thing about him and African men is their presence it might have changed now, but their presence when somebody is pregnant is so different. They have a lot to do. They have this stuff to do. They're not even there. He
Yeah.
wasn't there, to be honest. He will come one time, two times, so my hormones are all over the place. So when I had that child, I was in my father's house. I just had to go back to Douala because I was like, I can't stay where the father of my child is right there, but he can't. So my hormones were all, I didn't want to see him. I was so angry. But when I had my third child, my second child, I had her here. I had the same thing, Miss Molly. We came, it was so difficult. When you come with my son was almost 1, then I was pregnant. I had
Mm-hmm.
to have a baby in America. You guys, all of us in America now, all of us from the diaspora, you can be from any country, but you know how hard it is to come to this country
Yeah.
pregnant, not having anything to do. So that's the worst experience I've had, Miss Molly. The worst experience ever is the second child. My
Mm.
hormones, my hormones didn't favor me. I
Mm.
was depressed. I was, I just wanted to go back home. I just wanted to go back to my dad. I just wanted to go back home. I wanted to leave this country because it was not going. My husband was still struggling. I was not working. So I asked myself, I left Cameroon. I was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Back home, I was a teacher in Douala, in Daido. But I had a job. I was comfortable. I was satisfied. So the hormones kicked in immediately because you were comfortable somewhere and you come to an uncomfortable situation. So that's what I'm saying. Hormones differ. They come because of certain reasons. So my hormones were out of the roof. I didn't want to see my husband, nothing. And the worst of all is it almost led to my divorce. Yes, viewers, divorce comes in different forms. Mine could have come because of my hormones.
Right.
I wasn't talking to my husband. I wasn't having no sex with him. I wasn't touching him. I didn't want to see him. I was depressed. After the baby, they call it postpartum depression. I had that. I remember I've been saying this in this show. Women, men, please, sometimes when your woman has a baby, not that they hate you, it's just hormones.
Yeah.
I will be sincere to you that my hormones were real. I had to go to the doctor. And we Africans, we cherish our kids, our marriage, our husband. So sometimes to our detriment.
Right.
But I was protecting my child. So the doctor will be like, "Are you depressed? Are you because they can feel it." My BP was out there. I was like, "No, because I want to protect my child." But I want to tell every woman today what I went through. I don't want you to go through. Speak out. Talk to somebody. Confide to someone. If you don't want to talk to your doctor, get a close person. Tell them. But I'm telling you all now, the Mollie Show, because I am free, is gonna help somebody. This is why the show is all about to promote everything, to promote your living, to make you live long. So tell any person. Miss Molly, I'm going to continue my story, but I know you have a lot. You have two boys, girl.
Like when you were talking about the area when you said, oh, when you were pregnant, you didn't want sex. When I was pregnant with my first, I didn't want sex with my husband. I don't think it was something hormonal. I thought it was back then. I thought it was because I had a miscarriage. The
Mm.
first child was I had a miscarriage, and then I was pregnant with my child, the other pregnancy. I was just like, oh, I just want to protect myself, right? I just want to protect myself. And with the pressure that you have from back home, you have had the first miscarriage. Now you're making sure that nothing happens to this child. I was trying to protect my child. And for pregnancy hormones like cravings, mine was like every stage of the pregnancy with my son, my 13 years old, every stage of the pregnancy, my cravings were different. For the early stage of my pregnancy hormones, all I wanted to eat was watermelon. And I was somebody
Oh,
that naturally I don't like watermelon. Even when I
girl,
was
you got a watermelon in your tummy and you wanted another watermelon. Okay.
tell me about it, right? I wanted watermelon. I was eating watermelon every day, morning, afternoon, evening. I went to my
Mm.
doctor. They are like, you are losing weight while you are pregnant. And now, like this,
Oh,
I
no
am big.
nutrients. I
Yeah.
get it.
Now, like this, I am big. When I was pregnant, I was tiny, and all you could see is the pregnancy. And then my child was so big that by the time I was 5 months pregnant, I couldn't sleep. I went to the doctors. They said, "Oh, he's too big, so all of his weight is on your hip." I had a hip massage. They said you have to be massaging twice a week. And back then, that was a lot of money. Like, how can you afford that? All of that, I would just get mad, get angry. I get angry at little things. Yeah, and when the second trimester, what I wanted to eat was French fries. I graduated. I didn't want watermelon no more. And then my husband will go get watermelon and put it there and slice it, and I don't even touch it. And then I'll be giving you the look. Like I will give him attitude. I will be so mad. Why did you get watermelon? Now I don't like the smell no more. I wanted French fries. And there's this particular fast food restaurant, Sonic. It has to be at Sonic. And I have to eat it at Sonic itself. If you buy it to bring it home, I'm not going to eat it.
Okay.
Oh, why did you bring me this? I will make all kind of complaint. I will say things that will hurt my husband. I say things like, I did not even care. At that
Mm.
point, you just care about how you feel, how the body is telling you, how the hormones. And then that's how it got like to the point. And considering with the fact that the baby was big, I could not sleep. All the frustration, I was like blaming him. And I don't want to put that in hormones 100%. That's why I said some people like what you went through was 100% real. Mine was real in the
Yes.
area where I have cravings, but the frustration at times was not really hormones. Like I just get frustrated that okay, I needed Sonic fries instead for you to drive me at Sonic. Let me sit at Sonic. I just like the smell. Let me sit at Sonic and smell Sonic and enjoy my French fries. Instead, you went and bought Sonic and bring it at home, and then I will not eat. I think that fighting that I was fighting, that part to me, that's not
Huh?
hormones. I will not blame that to my hormones. I'll blame that to me being crazy, you know. And that's how it was forward and back, forward and back, forward and back until that baby was born. And when I had my second child, I had cravings. His craving was just one craving. No, when I had my second child, I had two cravings with that pregnancy. The first cravings was chocolate cake. I want to eat chocolate cake. I'll be 11 p.m. and my husband will go buy a big chocolate cake, and there's like, you eat this chocolate cake too much. And then I'll be like, there was a time I said, go get me chocolate cake at Walmart. He said, I'm Molly, I don't tire me. I just come over, master. I go sleep. Tomorrow I get to go for lab. I get to do all of these things. I was so pissed off. And with that hormones, we are so selfish. You don't
Yeah.
care about how it's affecting those around you. I was so pissed off. I did not care. And since I get so mad, I said I will sleep in the living room. You know, and then he was like, he got so pissed off, like, because I cannot get you chocolate cake, I am so tired. Why can't you understand? You're gonna sleep you're gonna sleep in the living room. Molly, if you don't eat chocolate cake today, you're not going to die. I said, it's not me. I'm not the one who won it. It's the baby. He said he will not go. And that day, believe me, my husband did not go. He was so
Thank you.
tired. He was so tired. And I knew he was tired, but I didn't want to reason with him. And after the stage of me, my cravings changes from chocolate cake. I did not like chocolate cake. And I felt bad, like I would just switch like that. Now I wanted peaches. I don't eat peach. I've never eaten peach in Cameroon. I went to a girl's house. They had a party. They invited us, me and Pride went there. Joseph was little. And then she was making fruits. It's a white girl. She was making fruits. You know, when you go, you see peaches in people's house, you know that is from Oyibo. She was making peaches in the kitchen. She's like, oh, do you care for fruits? I could smell it. I could smell it right in the living room. I mean, I tasted it. That's what I wanted. I ate peaches for like 3 months. I would tell my husband that when we make sauce, if you want me to eat the sauce, slice
Peaches.
those peaches and put it in the sauce. Pride was like, no, Molly. When you born, you put peach for sauce. Then I'll know so you like peach. You know?
Good.
So that's how it went. And then my nose is so sensitive, Miss Henrietta. My nose is so sensitive that I can sit here and tell you the detergent my neighbor is using to do laundry. My nose was sensitive. I did not like all our laundry in the house. I would tell my husband that we have to do laundry. Take all the laundry that has scented. I wanted to unscented detergent. It was so crazy. Everything will smell. You can sit next to me. I'll tell you that, oh, you ate fufu and area. Like, you ate this, you ate this. My nose was so, my senses of my nose was just so, everywhere was smelling. Everywhere was smelling to me. Everywhere. The soap we're using for bath, we it. Everything has to be unscented. Even the other one, it has to be unscented.
Oh.
Nothing. It was bad. It was bad. But again, the area where I will fight with my husband, I will not put that to the hormones. I will not put that to the cravings. There are times that we push it a little too much.
Yes.
Yeah, like the area where my husband was like, oh, I cannot go because of this, because of that. I get it. I was supposed to understand, right? Yeah. So, and then that's why that's why I used to say at times, some of us women, we use our hormones as excuses, right? Especially if you are in a relationship where, especially in Africa, where because here we are exposed to a lot of things. Even if you don't have money, the food stamp that can help you, you get things that you wanted, or there's the week, things like that. So most of the time, people back home, you are in a relationship, or you normally they will not give you this thing, and then now you are pregnant, you use pregnancy hormones as an excuse. They picking one boil granite, one boiling granite. They picking
When we season for boiling granite, mama.
they picking the hungry boiling granite. They picking saying a soya you want. So I feel like at times we use pregnancy hormones as an excuse, but I cannot say a lot about it. Like we said, we don't know the scientific method about it, but the stress is real. The fear, like me, the fear of losing my baby because I had lost the first one, it was so real. The tiredness was real. And it can make you, because of all of that, the stress, the fear, tiredness, you react differently. You know? So at times, I want to sit in the area of, there are some people that it's not really, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Miss Henrietta, why do you think?
No, you are not wrong, mama. Sorry for cutting you. You are not wrong. You know, you said a lot, so much that at the end of my baby born, the last child, I think everything I did was for me to satisfy myself. It wasn't the hormones. The first and second were really the hormones. But to be honest with my viewers, I had to take this crown back. Oh my God. I was like, okay.
Miss Henrietta,
Yes.
I know we are on the hot seat. We have to go. But before we proceed, I want you to read the comments, and then we can
Thank you. Oh, we got some comments. Thank you, viewers. Thank you. Why Miss Molly is pulling it up.
Oh
We
yeah.
really do appreciate it. Um, I'm sorry. Before I start, if I pronounce your name wrongly, I am so sorry. And I'll go Stephanie Taba. From my own point of view, I think it's real. Cravings for something, especially to eat. Thank you. You're right, Mama. Thank you
Okay,
so
Nora.
much. That's a new person. Thank you. Oh, Miss Nora Tamja, that's my sister. She gave heart, heart, heart. Oh, Miss Doris, which girl? I think I need that dress. She says hello. Oh, my own sister. This is our sister in San Antonio. Thank you so much, Miss Somabo. I really do love you. Thank you. We love you in the Mollie Show. She says, right. Some women experience a decrease in libido. Okay, doctor. I think we need to call her to come to the show to explain this libido thing during pregnancy, while others have an increase in sexual desire. Mr.
That's so
Somambo, that's one of our doctors here in the nursing field. I think she was, one day I know, I trust her. She's going to come and explain to us this libido thing and this sexual desire.
I know. I
Thank
know.
you so much, doctor. And she says again, pregnancy will cause a lot of changes to your being. Exactly, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And she says, this is, when people keep in there, they're interacting. This is what I love about the Mollie Show. We interact with our viewers. Thank you. She says, that's me. I can't stand scent during pregnancy while others.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's that. Me
Yes,
and
you're
her the
absolutely
same. Me
right.
and her the same. Me
Yes.
and her the same. It's
Oh
hearing
my
out to you.
God, Miss Molly, this is so sweet. This is what we call about the Mollie Show, interacting one another, expressing, talking about you,
Yeah.
about what you've gone through without any shame or guilt, because it's going to help somebody. That's
That's
what the
right.
Mollie Show is all about. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying, did I use the word use? Yeah, I did. I hope my husband is not hearing this. I used the third pregnancy for my own favor. You
Mm-hmm.
saw the cravings you had, I had it. And
Mm-hmm.
mine was what? You have to get me burger number 11 from Jack in the Box. If it's
Hmm.
not number 11, I'm not eating. It has to be number 11 because I know every detail. I know the sauce. I know how it tastes. You can't fake it with
Mm-hmm.
fries, curly fries. I needed that almost every day. And with my first trimester, I was craving achu soup. I don't care who made the achu soup. I'll go to parties. We have a unity sister meeting here. I'll go there. I'll crave. And then I'm sorry to say this, but my first trimester, I was craving alcohol. This, I was smelling
Oh.
it. I was like, oh my God. And I have this sister of mine. She's a sister of mine. She will look at me like, Miss Henrietta, she's a nurse practitioner, be like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I really don't need it. I just wanted it. My
Mm-hmm.
husband, it came a time he was like, this thing that even the belly save. Because
Ooh.
I didn't know what I go to him. I said, but you remember, this child is after 7 years. So this
Yeah.
is my time. I had my last after 7 years of my girl. I said, this is my time. You have to give it to me. And it came to a point, Miss Molly, people always say don't talk about your life, but I think I've been so on an open book in life. It came a point that I had to have a disagreement with my husband for no reason. Because I really wanted to see how much he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
Viewers, guess what I did? I packed my stuff and I left.
Oh, why you were pregnant?
I left the house with a big nine. I think I was like 8 months pregnant. I was out. My husband came home. He was like, where did this woman go to? I put my things in my car. I was out of that house. You know, yes, I left. I left for a month with a pregnancy. I stayed in a friend's place. That is where I realized that my husband really loves me. There's certain tricks you do in marriage. I
Mm-hmm.
really know I went real far. People be like, you really went too far, girl. If you could have left you, girl, you're right. But I took a risk. What I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
in life, you take a risk. I did take a risk. I didn't have a second plan. I didn't have plan B. I don't know if he divorced me. What will I do with the pregnancy? I just follow my God. I went there. He came. Miss Molly, that's where I realized what love is. That's why
Yeah.
sometimes you can't even say nonsense. I'm sorry to you can't even say nonsense about my house. I'm gonna be there for him. I'm gonna be at the top for him because during my pregnancy, he realized it wasn't hormones. And to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, so many women use that against their husband or
Mm-hmm.
against society, you know. Many people, many women will do something even to their friends or go somewhere in the meeting or what and be like, oh, it was my hormone. Tell them if you do something bad to a friend or a family member, like, oh, it was my hormone. Sincerely knowing that. Most people cherish, you know, when you're driving. I remember when I was going to Cameroon, when I was in Cameroon in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you stand on the bus. No, no, when I was flying from Cameroon to here, as I was
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, I would hold those things that they do the transit. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
people will give you seats because you're pregnant. So most
Right.
women have used that in the advantage, but causing harm. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like trying to put that like it cost me to do this. But sincerely, women, you wanna between me and Wuna for this show. All we, the
Yeah.
whole women, we are 80% of women in this world. Really ask yourself, was it true?
Yeah.
Were you
Pregnancy
really?
hormones will not make you to hurt somebody. That's not
It
pregnancy.
would not. It would not make you to hurt that person. It
Yeah.
would not. I know my husband was hurt, but at the same time, he came to realize that what he did in the first pregnancy, he wasn't there for me. That's what I needed. He came to understand, like, baby, I'm sorry. This is what you really needed. You know, African men sometimes they don't get it till you act. That's why sometimes you don't get somebody till you lose that person. He's like, if I had lose you, oh, I was like, he even forgot about the baby. And that's the most interesting part. I was so happy. You know, most time men would be like, oh, my baby, my baby. No, he was like, are you fine? Please,
Mm-hmm.
never you do this. He put in the love, and that's
Right.
what I cherished, you know. And I really apologize to him for doing what I did. But most of the time, people won't even apologize. They will storm out, they will cause chaos, they will
Mm-hmm.
cause enmity, they will cause dispute between family members, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
In the
you see
name of
family,
pregnancy
yes,
hormones.
in the name
Yeah.
of pregnancy hormone. They'll be like, oh, I don't like your sister, my sister-in-law. I don't like what is my mother-in-law doing here? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you go to work and come back late? Why do you even go for soccer? Why are
Mm-hmm.
you doing this? In the name of pregnancy hormone. And when you sit with them, they don't even have time for you. You know, most of the time, women too. I know we women, Miss Molly. I'm so excited. If you don't mind, I'll keep talking, girl.
Oh, go for it, girl. Go for
Thank
it.
you. You know, most women, we take care of the household. We do a
Yes.
lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I applaud all the women, you know. And at the same time, I know when we're pregnant, we can't do stuff. If you look at TikTok, you look in the social media, a woman can change the fan. A woman can take the chair up when she's pregnant. But
Yes.
immediately they just send them. Say husband day. Hi, Kim. Since where you go.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to tell Miss Molly, my viewers, when I was pregnant with my last child, I was the strongest woman on earth. We went to Corpus Christi. We had an event with them. They call them the group which Unity Star. We went to Corpus Christi. I went into the ocean. I was like my pregnancy was full of energy.
Right.
I was going to parties. I will cook. I will entertain. I'll be there for others in that pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you guys, I was the strongest, most powerful lady I've seen in myself for the first to the last month. So when I see some women, you will do things behind, and when your husband come, you start playing baby, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
most of those things push men away. You know what? In
Yeah.
the society where we are right now, there's so many baby mamas, there's so many baby daddies. You get it? There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have your blessing and you're like, but even if you leave me safe, even if it's up again, picking, you'll come back. No, don't go. You know, that's why when you're pregnant, the men say you're nagging. You're like, oh no, you keep saying I'm nagging. It's the baby. Some women, we do that.
Yeah, and it's not the baby.
It's not the baby,
Yeah.
please.
Sometimes it's not the baby. It's
It's
you.
not the baby.
Yeah. It's you.
It's you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Miss Molly, what do you think, girl?
Girl, man, you have spoken right. You are that what you're saying is really it really makes sense, right? Because I had this question that I wanted to ask you, but you already answered. But so to our viewers out there, why do
Yes.
you think people feel like women exaggerate pregnancy hormones?
Yes.
Because they do exaggerate it. It's pregnancy hormones is real. Like Miss Henrietta was just mentioning, you will be home, you do everything by yourself. Immediately you hear your husband's voice, you start pretending, oh, this, that. Why are you doing that? If you are strong, be strong. Because when
Yes.
you are strong too, he comes there and he sees you strong, he feels better.
Yes.
You have a boyfriend or whoever you're having a baby with, they want
Mm-hmm.
you to be in good health, they want you to be strong. But every time I had a conversation where one guy was saying that he cannot have another baby because what they went through with the first baby. I've never met his girlfriend. I've never met her, but maybe she took it to another level. Maybe she exaggerated the hormones, and now that boy is so freaking out, scared that, oh, this is the journey for all pregnancy. This is a journey for all pregnancy. And whenever they are still together, he's like, when she said, oh, we have another baby, he said, no, I'm not going through that. I'm not going through that. But she was saying it was an pregnancy hormones. So why do you think, viewers, some women exaggerate these pregnancy hormones? Drop your comment at the comment section. And do you think that society puts pressure on pregnant women to be calm or happy all times? I don't think so. Society doesn't put us, instead, like Miss Henrietta pointed, society pamper pregnant women. You go somewhere, you are standing, they'll give you cheer. You want to drink. There's a day I saw this pregnant woman. I was going out from one of I don't which place was a bank. I saw her. I opened the door for her because she was pregnant. If she wasn't pregnant, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, take care of yourself. So to me, I feel like society doesn't pressure. Maybe I'm wrong, but the way I see the way they do things here, society doesn't pressure pregnant women. Because because we might say, oh, it's because society is pressuring pregnant women. That is why some of them have to take the hormones to another level.
Mm-mm.
They have to exaggerate it. But I don't feel like society, especially here in America, they put pressure on pregnant women. Even in Cameroon, they don't really put pressure. Unless I've heard people that have gone to their doctor's visit, they say the nurses will be throwing slants and all of that. Those people that are saying things like that, they are bitter people. They came from a bitter background.
Exactly.
That's a different situation. But I don't think that pregnancy, society pressure pregnant women. And then what I wanted to say, like I wanted to also say, yeah, the emotional roller coaster is real. Yeah. Even though we say some women they exaggerate it, yeah, the emotional roller coasters, they are real. But when you take them to the next level, trying to trick your partner, that's where the problem is. They're crying. At times you cry, you are 1 minute you are happy. Like, especially after childbirth, like Miss Henrietta was saying, you are like this. And somebody will be like, but you have already gave birth to the baby. Because some men, they think that, or some people, they think that pregnancy hormones is only when you are pregnant. Once you give birth to the baby, you have to come back iron woman.
Hmm.
The physical symptoms, the tiredness, the craving, the sensitivity, it can even affect your mental health. I don't really know much about mental health, but my little understanding, pregnancy hormones can impact you mentally, anxiety, you can lead to depression, it can even lead to low self-esteem.
Yes.
So it's a big deal. It's a big deal to women. But what I'm really concerned about, Miss Henrietta, right?
Yeah.
When we are doing all of this pregnancy hormones is natural, but to us, like me, I remember when I was insisting that my husband should go get me chocolate cake. For somebody who has worked by then, he was the only one working. I was just a
Yeah.
stay-home mom. He has to handle work, he has to handle PhD, he has to do all of that. And then I did not care. I don't think my baby will say treat my father like that. You say it's not me, it's the baby, it's a lie. The way my boys, they love. I don't think it was there. I think it was just me. I was just being selfish. So as we have people around us, we are being selfish. We are taking our pregnancy hormones we are exaggerating our pregnancy hormones. It affects the people around us, whether we like it or not. Your partner may not always understand because they too, they are human beings. They too na person, no. Now blood they come, they go for
Na
their head.
person dey be, oh, na person dey be.
You go say, oh, because you are my partner, you have to understand. No, let's be realistic. Your partner does not always have to understand. Like that day, my husband could not understand because he was tired. He's also a person. He's calculating how he has to be up the next day very early at 6 a.m. and start the day. He came a little bit early. His intention was like, okay, because by then Joseph was like almost 3. He was coming down, okay, let him take care of this kid so that I can relax. That was his intention. And now he's coming out at about 11:40 something, almost midnight. Back in the days, Walmart used to be 24 hours. You know, after COVID, Walmart
Yes.
doesn't stay. Back in the days, it used to be
Mhm.
24 hours. So he's coming back, and you are telling this guy to go back. He doesn't. It. I don't blame him for not understanding. And it can strain a relationship, like Miss Henrietta said. It can strain a relationship.
It does.
If there's no patience and or support, it can really,
Oh.
really strain a relationship. People break up when they are pregnant. It's not like the husband cheated or the wife cheated or whatever. You only want people around you to understand. It's all about you. It's all about you. Now, I don't want my grandma, me for period, say, now you be first man for carry belly.
Why you?
And then when they start comparing with somebody else, they say every pregnancy not be the same. Yes, we understand. Your
Of
hormones
course,
are
it's not.
real. But please,
Yes.
don't exaggerate it. Because people around you too, they get exhausted. Apart from you being pregnant, they have their own life too that they are taking care of it. Or maybe you are there with your mother-in-law, your in-laws. Oh, I want more country jama jama, they make them. Oh, I don't want me, so I want they make. That mommy too go tire. You go back to the mother, go say, my pikin, you know for cook, go make her use yourself. And then now you can't go say my mother-in-law not like me. So when I know we don't control pregnancy. I know we don't control pregnancy hormones, right? But let's be mindful of those around us. How it's affecting them.
It's
I
true.
know we have to. And then one thing I want to talk before I give Miss Henrietta the floor. I know she's like, oh, Molly, you don't hit something I want to talk about. One thing we have to do, this pregnancy hormone issue, right? I feel like it's important for people to have education for everyone
Yes.
around the pregnant person.
Yes.
If people are educated enough about pregnancy hormones, when you're around pregnant person, you get the way you have to behave. And you too, if today my big sister do obele or my small sister do obele, I go know one way, no be no pregnancy hormones. You can't know you. You start to say, I want choke cocky. I say you like cocky because you know be the pregnant. Go make her use yourself. So let's just think also
Mindful.
mindful about people around us.
Mm-hmm.
How your partner is going to cope, or what kind of support they can give you based on the scenario or the situation that your family is facing at the moment.
Yes.
If your husband have to work 12 hours a day, you don't expect him to be available all the time. And when he says he's tired, he's tired. So Miss Henrietta, oh yeah, my sister.
Thank you so much. Viewers, you heard Miss Mollie's question. Tell us, like, what hormone, what it has done to you, and how it has affected your relationship with your partner, married or not, or the society. You know, Miss Mollie, you really mentioned something about this pregnancy thing. Like we say, we're not saying that the hormones are not real. You know, I'm in the nursing field. I've seen a lot. I see how hormones goes, you know. I don't diagnose. The doctors do the diagnosis and we take care of the patient. So I've really seen how a lot of ladies have gone through it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to tell every woman that is pregnant is know that you have other kids.
Right.
Sometimes you get so much carried with the pregnancy you have and you forget about the other kids you have.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking so much about husbands, boyfriends, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You really forget about them. You really want them to do things that you know they can't do it. You know, you want them to be a dad if you have a boy, and you want the girl to be like a mate. You know, you try to tell them, do this, get me wash, cook that food, clean this house. Which why, like we say, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
During my third baby, I had a how do you call this thing? I had diabetes. I had gestational diabetes, which is my blood sugar was always high.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a way I had to deal with it. That's why I told you, and I'm telling my viewers, I was so energetic. I had to fight it. I had to battle with it. I had to go somewhere, dance, you know, work, do stuff because I'm trying to bring it down.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, and health-wise is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't take it because if I was only there, like, I want to eat the burger, eat this. Meanwhile, my portions were cut down. I'm killing my own self.
Right.
You know, I'm trying to kill my own self at the extent of me being like, oh, I want to use the pregnancy hormone. But that my hormone was, I was diabetic, pre-diabetic, so I have to control it. So when you know that you have other kids, so show them some love.
Right.
Don't put more attention on that baby. Don't be like, okay, this baby wants it, this baby, because those kids are seeing, they are hearing.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, mom is only focused on that baby, that baby. They might even want to take a drive to, like, my son does soccer, my kids do. They want to, no, you know, I cannot go. This child, where your border in my waist, I've not slept tonight. Why you know you can do it? Because you're self-centered.
Yeah.
You are so egoistic centered to yourself that you don't think about them. And whenever you have the baby, oh, bring me that diaper, yeah, carry the baby, let me rest. It's that same people that you ignored when you had a baby. And then when they turn back and they be like, okay, mom didn't, like, they'll be like, mom didn't like us. You know, kids go with actions, kids go
You're
with
right.
what you do, what you say. Kids have this tendency. Like sometimes you can be next to a kid and the kid is like, kids are spiritual. Like the Bible says, you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to be like a child. There's a reason for that, you know. But when you treat a child like that and you want them to put a face of, like, you know, the plastic smile, like, no, they don't do that. They don't fake it. They will prove to you, like, okay, you've loved John all since he was a baby, and now he's going, you keep loving him. You've never loved us. And that's where the
Yeah.
affection is. Women, ladies, my beautiful divas out there, it dies completely.
Right.
It's not the boyfriend you had at that time or the man you had the baby that's insinuating. No, it's your actions. It's what you did with that other pregnancy, that you used it for your advantage, but you were hurting others. Like Miss Mollie said, know that your pregnancy sometimes hurt others. I know it's hard. Most of the time, I was not able to sleep. I would turn with my stomach. I will hold my stomach. I will flip. You see how big I am? Imagine how big my pregnancy was. I was getting to the 300s. I was big. So I will get it and flip. You know, your back pain, your neck, you can't even sleep. I know that, my beautiful divas. I know it. But I'm talking to the other baby you had before. Show them affection. Take them out. If they're like, you're going even to buy something for the baby, let them connect. Be like, okay, let's go. We'll have to shop for the baby. You know, let's go get some diapers. You guys go together. Like, what diaper? If it's no, it's a girl. You ask your girl child, what clothes? Put them. Like, let them be part of your pregnancy.
Yes.
Let them be part of it. Include them. I've seen so many, and I'm seeing it on in real life, in social media, how some kids, even in movies, some kids are left behind because their mom didn't put interest on them. But they have to focus on one baby. And that's why when they grow up, oh Lord Jesus, you get into a family of deranged people, you get in a family of people who are left, right. But when you get to the perspective of how it happened, you see that, oh, maybe I loved one child.
Yeah.
I was focused on one child. I missed a lot on the other kids.
Right.
Like in the Mollie Show, we say focus on family. Family, focus on them. Because at the end of life, I always say that you always go back. I know sometimes family, like we always say Mollie Show, sometimes families are weird and all that, but at the end of it, it's family. You know, you got to forgive. But it doesn't mean you have to forget. You have to forgive, you know. So please, divas, let's think about, let's not always focus on the husband. We have the other offsprings there. They came out from your womb. You know, don't use a curse on on your child because you want to cherish another one. Oh, this one resembles me resemble my papa. Oh, you know resemble any person of my family. No. And let your other family members, like brothers and sisters, relatives, friends, let them show love to all your kids. You know, let them not come one time. You know, I might have I had my two kids back to back. Like I had Hanel, and then in 11 months I was pregnant. I had a girl. I went for that thing, boo child. I didn't wait a minute. So they're like twins. It's like when this one turns 15, the other one is 14. They're going like this. So I had to put a lot of pressure to myself to keep it going. You know, because they were like wearing diapers at the same time. So for me, they were so close. So it's the last one that they have a distance. And sometimes I look at their brother, I'm like, no, that is your brother. You're turning 16, he's still 7. I know. You know, let them interact. Sometimes I sit and watch them. I'm like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Miss Molly, it's a blessing, like we say, to
Yeah.
have kids. It is. It proves, kids bring us out. It brings the inner part of you out.
Mm-hmm.
Kids make you to know if you're a good mom or a bad dad or a bad mom. Kids make you to know that you're prospering. Kids make you to understand that you're loved.
Yeah. True. So true, girl.
Thank you,
So
Miss
true.
Molly.
So
I
true.
know.
Like what you said about make the other kid to be the part of that pregnancy, that journey.
Yes.
It's very, very true. I remember like my elder brother is 6 years older than me. My mother did 3 years. My elder brother,
Now, correct family planning that. Oh, hey, Mami Abraham, be
later,
correct.
Mommy Abraham be really correct. 3 years later, my mom had my elder sister. 3 years later, my mom had me. But when my mom was pregnant with my younger sister, I was 9 years old. Believe me, I was
Oh.
a part of that journey. It makes the relationship with me and my younger sister right now, I treat her like my daughter. I was the part of that relationship. My younger sister, I'm almost like 10 years older than her. I was part of that relationship, that journey for pregnancy. My mother would tell me everything. When the baby is kicking, my mother would put my hand there and I'll feel it. And I'll giggle. I will be so happy. Like I look forward when I'm sleeping with my mother. I want wherever the tummy is facing, that's where I want to face that way. I want to, then I'll take my back and I'll lean like right to my mother's big tummy. And then the
Oh.
baby, that my little sister will be kicking and kicking. My mother will be like,
Move, 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 move.
and then the day my mother was in labor, we were traveling from Kribi to Kumba. I was a little girl. My mom told me that she's in labor. So I I know that labor is painful. My mother was a midwife. I have seen people, I've seen delivery, I've seen how women. So back then, my mind is like, oh, she's going through a lot of pain. And I was being supportive. I'm not aware I was a crazy child, but now you have to be supportive of your mom. And I'm going back to what you say, make your other kids be a journey of that pregnancy. I
You
could
were
be,
really
we
funny.
were traveling from Kribi to Kumba. My mother said she want, because my mother and my parents are in Kribi, my mother said she want to have this baby where her family is.
Hmm.
So now she said when she started feeling the labor coming, she said if she travel there before she gets to Kumba, it will be time. You know how African women are strong. It will be
Mhm.
time for
Oh,
the baby
oh,
to come.
oh,
So that's why she traveled with me and we are coming. So now because I was in the journey of this pregnancy, I could support my mother. When she was in pain, she would grab my hand, she would be, and for that reason, that journey, I do not misbehave. I did not go to Kem and I was asking food. I was being like, they have to give me. I behave. Like, it's so important when you have your other children, you make them a journey of that pregnancy. They be supportive. When then
yes.
my mother went to my women and next in Kumba, had the baby. We did not even go home, straight to the hospital. My mother had the baby. I was there. They said, "Oh, my aunt will come and tell me." I refused. My younger sister came with like conjunctivitis on how you guys call it in her eyes. My clothes that I wore to go to the to for my mother to have the baby, they had washed it. Now wrapper I take tie for my chest. But I'm almost 10 years old. My mama go say go to the doctor's office, go tell and say your younger sister need eye drop. I will not argue.
Oh.
I will tie down my mother's small hair tie that she had. I don't tie her like wrapper. I walk her like that with my big slippers. I go to the doctor's, not the doctor, say now waiting. They knew my mom. My mom used to be their colleague. They say, oh, Emilia Ode is here. You need this thing. They say, oh, immediately. They came. So that part of, if you have another kid, show them love, let them be a part of that pregnancy journey is very important. Because if I wasn't a part of my mother's pregnancy, I wouldn't have been helped. I wouldn't have been such a help to her. She always talk about it. When it's time to give the baby a bath, I say go and hot water. You see how I'm going very fast. And I had this so much connection with my younger sister. They'll bath her, the water that they bath her in the bath, they pour it in the bucket that I should go and throw it away. I'll go and take that water and I'll bath myself. I just felt like I was so connected with my younger sister based on that, how my mother really brought me to that journey of that pregnancy. And then I always saw my younger sister. I feel like I've been her mom since the day she was born. And she feels like that.
No.
She said, when I go to my place of work, I tell people that you are my mom. People don't get it. I have had that connection, like, I don't know. It's very important. I just want to emphasize on this, that bring your family for that your pregnancy journey.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yes.
not only older kid, right? You can be in a situation where it's your first child, your sister is your roommate, or your cousin is your roommate, or your relatives are there. Take them through that journey. And only when they are journeying that pregnancy with you, then they can support you, they can give you the support that you really need.
Exactly.
But if you
Exactly.
want to only be selfish, now me, that's not being nice. Miss Henrietta, I have some comments here for you to read. I will pop it up.
Girl, Miss Dora Joe, the other kids deserve some love too. Exactly. Exactly, Mama. As a pregnant mother, do not sideline your other kids. Please do
That's
not.
mhm.
Mm,
And then here she said you are right. I think she was confirming what you were
what is
saying. Yeah. So I think all of it was a confirmation of
and it's
what
wrong? Let them be part of it. Exactly.
yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Miss Dora.
Miss Dora and the makeup. Oh, Miss Dora is looking pretty. Miss Dora is looking pretty.
Girl, girl.
Mhm.
Well, that's why I call my ladies in the show divas, because a diva simply means somebody who is worthy, somebody who knows their worth, somebody who is capable of loving others like loving themselves. That's a diva. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mama.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I
And one
know.
more thing, I know we are almost at the top of the hour. We have like
Hmm.
9 minutes to go. So I also, there's something I also want to point out, Miss Henrietta, like we know, like your pregnancy hormones and my pregnancy hormones, they are not the same. It's like
Different.
a pregnancy journey. We know that every woman's pregnancy journey is
Way
not the same.
different.
It's way
Yes.
different. You don't experience the same level of hormones effect.
Yes.
So we are not like saying that, oh, don't compare my pregnancy. We are not comparing
No.
anybody's pregnancy with anybody. Like Miss Henrietta was saying that she had 3 pregnancies and they were different. If one woman can have 3 pregnancies and the pregnancy journey was different, how about a totally different person?
Yes.
So we know that. We know that it's not our fault. It's not on our head. It's biology. I cannot go deeper on that. But all we are trying to say, be mindful for those. Don't forget about your partner. Don't forget about those who are taking care of you. When you were throwing up, your younger sister is the one who is bringing you bucket to throw up, and then you start insulting them. I have seen when I was growing up, when I was younger, we have this a lady. She was pregnant. That woman feel cosh. She will curse you. You do what thing, long by head, caricature. She will insult you all kind of things. They will say, "Oh, na so, belle woman," and then she will stay in the number of every minute a speed, every minute. When we are doing all of that, mindful of the next person, mindful. It go curse you, go do this, it go do this, big head, this, that. And then tomorrow now people don't love you. You say, oh, people are not being supportive. You are hurting people's feelings. Like we were saying with Miss Henrietta, we don't think pregnancy hormones will cause people to hurt people's feelings.
No.
I don't think so. It will not.
Mm.
It will not. And in as much as we struggle with it, women, in as much
Yeah.
as we struggle with it, we should know that there's somebody else in your life. It's not all about
Exactly.
pregnancy because you're pregnant. Life goes on to some other people.
Yes.
And because you're pregnant, some people, when they're pregnant, they're so entitled. We have to stop that. You have to stop. Pregnancy, not be sick.
It's a gift. Yeah.
It's a
It's a
gift.
blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's
So we
not
should
a disease.
not, we should not. Like my pregnancy, I am sick, I am that, I am that. There are some people, they have
Oh,
bed
yeah.
rest, they are
Yeah.
this. If you're in that scenario, we understand, we say, okay,
Different.
that's for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I have seen a pregnant. If you've taken me back in my days when I was in the village, I saw a pregnant woman. That woman will carry firewood on her head. That woman will come and
I
cook for people
know.
and sell. That woman is pregnant and carry another child on the back. If you have that grace, don't go pretend because you saw your neighbor's wife, your neighbor was treating her like that. The two of you don't have the same husband. The two of you don't have the same relationship. The two of you don't have the same experience. So if you can be strong for yourself, do it. Miss Henrietta, I'll let you round up the show.
Thank you so much, Miss Molly. Like she said, we are not in any disagreement, or we are not imposing, we're not saying anything negative. We're just telling you what we experienced. Everybody got their journey differently. You know, many people have bed rest, they have to stay in bed. Some they even stitch their how do you call it? Their C class, they have to stitch it, they have C class or something like that. People went through a lot. You know, when you were saying all this, I want to tell my ladies that I am so happy and proud of you all. Do you know what it means, you carrying a child? Why didn't they give it to the men? Why is it not the men? Why is it you, a woman, that will carry a child? Have you ever thought about that? Because you're not different, you're special.
Right.
You are special, my lady. I'm talking to you that's pregnant right now. I'm talking to you that's about to get pregnant. I'm talking to you that's praying to be pregnant. I'm talking to you that want a child. You have it.
Amen.
You know, you have it because God knows you're going to take care of that child. God knows you're going to be there for them. God knows that you will cherish that child, like he's saying in his word. Cherish them, love them. You know, so if you can have a child, you tell me, I saw this on TikTok, and you have that child out, then that same body gives that child breast milk. That same body is the same one nurturing that child.
Yeah.
It means you're special.
Yeah.
So in the Mollie Show, pregnancy is a blessing. It's a gift. We thank you all so much, our moms. You know, women are like 80% of the society in general. We're here to applaud you. You know, we are women too. We've gone through it. We've seen it. We've seen our sisters. We've seen our friends, loved ones go through it. But all I want to tell every viewer, be there for a pregnant woman.
Yes.
Support them.
Yes.
Show them love. Show them affection. Give, like, be there for them. You know? And at the same time, pregnant women know you're bringing life on earth. You're multiplying, which is a blessing. So like in the Mollie Show, we say blessings come in so many forms. Receive your blessing and cherish it, you know. And in the Mollie Show also, before I conclude, please, like we say, I remember Miss Mollie, she's been doing a lot. I applaud you for that, Mama, you know. And she always writes that, please, if you have anything you want us to talk about, any topic, like our show says that we talk about what, Miss Mollie? Everything. If you don't want to put it on Facebook, you can DM Miss Mollie, myself, you know, any topic you want. We're not going to call names, you know, but if you want to be part of it, you are welcome. And also remember, we'll be doing adverts. Bring any advert you have, wherever you are in Africa, Europe, anywhere that you are in this continent, bring it to the Mollie Show. We're ready here to show love to each other. Like they say, we have to support each other, you know. And we want to really thank you all, our viewers, for watching this show, commenting, pouring love, likes. I see sharing. Sometimes like, oh girl. Like I go to this page, I see the Mollie Show, I go to this one. Really, thank you. We really do appreciate it. There's one thing that I know in life, and I want to tell our viewers. Only you know yourself. Only you know capable of what you are. Only you know your truth. Stick to it. Like we say from the Mollie Show, Miss Mollie and I, we love you all so much. Stay blessed. Stay humble.
Yeah.
And bye.
Bye.
Bye.